Hello, and welcome to GenTea, where we talk about different topics based on our generations. I'm Miss B, and I'm representing Generation X.
I'm Cookie, and I'm representing the millennials. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's important that you do these things for us because the more that YouTube sees that we are having people reaching out to people and having them comment, subscribe to us, the more people they'll send our videos out to. And we want as many people as possible to laugh with us.
So thank you for coming back to GenTea, or if this is your first time, welcome. Now, today we're actually in person with each other.
Yes, we're visiting together and we are having a great time. Today we'll be drinking Midori Sours. It's a drink that I remember ordering a lot when I was younger. It's sweet, so it's right up my alley. I hope you like it. It doesn't have an alcohol taste at all.
Tastes like a unsweetened Kool-Aid.
Unsweetened Kool-Aid? I kind of see that actually.
I'm expecting the Kool-Aid man to come busting through the wall at any time.
Gosh, I can kind of see that. It's a very low alcohol drink. So this is something that like when going to the bar, but I always hate being drunk in public. So I would get something like this so I can sip on and not have to actually worry about feeling anything. No sayings, lies, or misunderstandings. So I will be going over some things that we've all heard growing up that actually shape, it feels like it shapes a lot of our decisions growing up and have been taught to us completely incorrect. So I thought it'd be fun to go through them with you to see how what you think they mean, how you feel about them, and then I'm going to tell you what they actually mean. Okay. All right. So our first saying is going to be money is the root of all evil.
So, the root of all evil. Um, I think maybe that came from a biblical content, um, basically stemming from, I can't tell you exactly where, but can a rich man get into heaven? And basically it was compared to a camel trying to get through the eye of a needle, meaning that mostly um, concentrating on money and not concentrating on the relationship with God definitely would not get you into heaven. On a life um, meaning, I think people mean that some people get so greedy towards having money that they do anything for it, and that they would uh, rob, steal, kill uh, anybody, step over anybody, do anything just to have money.
So you are correct. It does come from the Bible. It's actually Timothy 6:10 from the King James Bible. The whole thing is the love of money. It's okay to have money, but like you said, if you go to the point where you'll step on somebody or hurt somebody, not pay attention to the other things in your life, that's when it's a problem. But some people, and I've even heard this before, where some people are like, "Oh, well, I don't want to make too much money. I need to have just enough money because when you make too much money, that's when you become evil." And and yes, a lot of rich people are evil, but it's when you love money more than other things. You love money more than, but you can still make money. So,
Because you can use money to bless someone else, and you
exactly.
don't have to just greedy to, you know.
Oh, good. I mean, you're pretty much on the money with that one. Pretty much, good with that one. Okay, so another one that I have is, and this is one that I remember hearing a whole lot. Blood is thicker than water. What does that mean to you?
Literally, if you drew a blood through a needle and then suck up some water through a needle, blood is thicker, thicker fluid, liquid than what water is. I think the concept or life meaning behind it is that um, that family should stick together and um, be closer than letting someone outside of the family come within your family and break it up. Um, let's say that you have a sibling and uh, your sibling have a best friend, and that best friend is able to come between the two of you, and somebody would say blood is thicker than water. You know, you let somebody from the outside come in and destroy a relationship that had. I, that's what I get from. I always got from that.
That's definitely everybody is, even in situations where the family is in the wrong. And I've seen this happen. Been wronged by a family member. You have friends that are trying to help you and stuff, but your family's always like, you shouldn't go with them. You can't go and be with them. Family, blood is thicker than water. We've treated you terribly, but we're family. so, so stick with us. And people do. And they stay in situations that are terrible because it's family. The actual saying is blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the womb. And it means it actually has two different meanings. One is for soldiers. The covenant that you make with the soldiers is thicker than your family at home. Because once you become a soldier, you need to trust and believe in the people that are in your whatever together. And also, the other meaning is covenant, as in the friends that you make, the people and relationships that you build through your life. That's thicker than just your family members. Because, like I said, there are situations when your family is the toxic one. They're the ones that are bringing you down or harming you. It's the relationships that you build that can be stronger. So it's not always okay to. I have a great family, so as I'm saying this, my brain is going, no, it's family. But there are situations where there is a bad family. It is a negative family. And it has to be told to the person that it's okay to go off on your own. And you're seeing that a lot now. There are a lot of stories online now where you see people who are like, I had to cut off my mom. I had to cut off my siblings. I had to just cut them out my life. But that feels like it's a newer thing because before you couldn't. It was unheard of. It's your mother. No matter whether she hit you with a frying pan yesterday, she's still your mother. But really, it's supposed to be the relationships that you make, you know, that are thicker than.
Um, it seems like it's still the same to me. Uh, whether it being your soldiers or your friends that you made, Um, it's just saying that whoever you have in your circle is what you're considering your family.
Ready for the next one? Ready. Early birthday.
Basically, first come, first serve. If I'm there first and they're giving out diamond rings, I get the first diamond ring. If you messed around and went to get a donut before you came to get the line for the diamond ring, and they already gave away all 20 that they have, you don't get it. So, hey,
This is another phrase that's used towards me a lot because I'm late often. Not on purpose. I really try to be on time, but I am late often, and so I've heard a lot. The early bird gets the worm. So, um, the early bird gets the worm. In that part, you sound pretty correct. The second part of the saying is, the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Meaning that not every situation causes for you to be the first person there. The first mouse to the mousetrap is the one that gets killed. The second one is the one that gets to grab the cheese and keep it moving. So again, here's another thing where you're only told that one part. You're only told be early. You have to be early to things or whatever. But there are situations when it's okay not to be the first person to do it. So I like that one because it's such a simple saying, but just that little extra changes the whole. Okay. Here's one that we also hear a lot. Curiosity kills the cat.
that one, of course, I think of if you're sticking your nose in somebody else's business, uh, that's when things could go wrong. That's why I give them curiosity kills the cat.
So the full saying here is curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. So when you're hearing curiosity kills the cat, it's teaching you not to be curious, not to investigate things, not to go see what this is, to go explore what that is. But the full saying is saying, yeah, it may be a little dangerous, but once you find out, what it actually was, there's a satisfaction to that. There's, a bit of happiness to that. It's not just a scary, dangerous thing. There are a lot of discoveries, or anybody who's discovered something has had to do something bold, something daring to discover. But what would have happened if they didn't? What would have happened if the person who made the light bulb didn't experiment to make it? There's a satisfaction in being curious.
Yeah, I understand that logical point of view, especially towards, say, scientists and astronomers and people like that who are or anybody, I guess. I take it as in, like I said, sticking your nose in other people's business kind of curiosity kills the cat. Stuff you ain't got nothing to do with. Uh, Even though, sometimes I think people are taking it a little too far, as in, you know, that man beating his wife, then you go sit there and mind your business. No, call the police. You can help out that way. But I think that's what I think. It's basically, when people are sticking their nose in other people's business. Yes, stay out of my backyard.
Okay, here's one. And this one I used to say a lot growing up. So Great minds think alike.
Uh, I think that one just mean if uh, two people, three people had the same idea at the same time, you just say, hey, it's a fantastic idea, and we all thought of it at the same time. Great minds think alike.
Mhm. That's also how I use it. If you have like the same idea as somebody, then it's a good thing. It means it's a good idea. You know? The whole saying is great minds think alike. So, great minds can have an idea together and they can have the same idea and it'll work great. But fools also can have an idea together and think it's great, but it ends up terribly. So it's not just a brilliant idea if you have it with a couple people. It can also be bad.
One,
Yeah. You never think of that side of it, but yeah. Would you use the phone?
um, not to be controversial, but there was a bunch of fools that went and stormed the Capitol together and thought that was a good idea.
True. Oh gosh, yeah. And they still think it's a good idea. So
Next one.
X. Okay. This one I feel is a controversial one, but this one made learning the truth of this one made a very big difference in the way that I parent completely. The saying is spare the rod, spoil the child.
That's another one that came from the Bible. And I think that because of where our people have come from and gone through, it was taken out of context. Of course, we know that our people went through slavery. They had masters that beat the crap out of them. And so it was ingrained in them that if you want something uh, done or you're told to do something and you didn't do it, you get the crap beat out of you. And that transferred into raising of children and beating them. I don't believe that's what the Bible meant by um, that saying. Um, and I'm glad that now parenting is being done differently. Now, also to go on the complete other end and don't discipline your child at all, and then expect other people to have to deal with them, that's not good either. So, spare the rod, spoil the child just means there should be discipline. There should be lessons and consequences learned as you're growing up. So when you do become an adult, you can act like one and not do, things that's detrimental for society. And we can see now we got a lot of people who just do all kinds of things because I don't know, they weren't told, I guess, that this is wrong, shouldn't do this, or you know, that's just the way it goes.
So, yeah. Growing up, I was taught better when I was a child, and that is how I started doing the thing. As a toddler, I had issues with him, and I even remember going to my dad and being like, "What did you do?" Or help me with potty training. And he was like, "You're gonna have to spank his butt. You're gonna have to spank him to teach him to potty train." And now that I think back on that, I'm like, what type of what type of advice was that? But that's what we're taught. You teach your child to be afraid of you, and that's how you get them to do what you want them to do. I had an issue with Nathaniel where when he was younger and I did the whole pop you on the head or things like that, just introducing that type of punishment, he would take it to the next level. And that's what made me, hold on, this isn't working right. If I popped him on his head for not doing something wrong, he would hit himself in the head. You know, I go, no, you're not do that. And then he'd be like, bad, bad, like anything I did to him, he did worse to himself. And that's when I was like, something's not how am I supposed to teach him? And then that's when I started asking questions like, how do I teach my child that he shouldn't hit me? How do I teach my child to be calm or to calm down in situations when if he makes a mistake or if something happens, my answer to him is to him. How do I teach you not to hit people by hitting you? That's when I started asking questions like that. So this is the actual first thing that I learned that we learned in French. And after I learned that this one was incorrect, I started researching other sayings. But this was the one that opened my eyes. I know you said it came from the Bible. I'm actually going to read this one because I want to make sure I get this one correct. Um, there is a verse in the Bible. Um, it is not spare the rod, spoil the child. It's he that spareth his rod hateth his son. That's what's from the Bible. Spare the rod, spoil the child is actually from a poem. Um, the poet was a female, and the rod she was talking about was a penis. So that has nothing to do with actually raising your children. It was a poet, and the rod she was talking about was a penis. So it was like a raunchy poem. The full phrase, "bear the rod, spoil the child," is actually, if you think about how Hebrews lived and talked, spoke in that time, most of them were shepherds. And a shepherd had a very big stick that they called the rod. The rod was used to lead the sheep. They're not telling you to beat your children. It's telling you to lead your children. Lead them like how the shepherd leads the sheep in a certain direction. So this has nothing to do with beating, spanking, any type of punishment like that. Like you said, it's talking about showing them discipline, disciplining them and showing them the correct way to go. That's how you show the love to your children. That's how you not, hate your son. So it's been passed down and we hear it. And when Nathaniel first was showing his negative responses to my spanking him, I kept saying in my head, no, the Bible says spare the rod, spoil the child. So I'm supposed to spank him. They can't be wrong. No, no, the Bible says spare the rod, spoil the child. I've heard it all my life. And then when I started to question that, that's when I started to change my parenting. And that's why I do the gentle parenting or the gentler parenting now, because I have to think the things that we're taught doesn't necessarily mean that it's the correct way. We're learning more now, so we should evolve our teaching. And
This is something that's happening too with the generations as they go along. They are learning to do things differently. Um, so, Cookie, when you were saying where this came from, and you said that yes, it did come from the Bible, and you quoted the verse. Can you tell me what verse that is? Where did it come from?
yes, that was from Proverbs 13:24.
Oh, okay, we can look that up. Proverbs 13 and 20. Awesome.
Now, this is going to resonate with a lot of people. I know you worked retail at some point. I worked retail a lot. So this has been hammered into our brain and we hate it. I know you hate it. I don't even need to say it.
I think it was right now, getting that look on my face.
The customer is always right.
I like any business or company comes up with slogans and things to give the employees to have them to do things the way that the company wants it done and, you know, be good to the customers so you can them to come back and be repeat customers. Yeah. And customer is not always right,
The customer is hardly right.
especially these days. The customer is just trying to get over and uh just no, that's not that saying that one's a lie. I go with that.
Yeah, you're right. That saying is used so much, and customers use that saying so much to get what they want. And all they want to do, and all they know how to do, is to put up a fuss so that the manager can just want to hustle them out as quick as possible. And the customer's always right. Give me my money, even though I ripped up the item. And, you know, here is the full thing. The customer is always right in matters of taste. It is about fashion. If you have a customer that wants something that you think is ugly, you're not supposed to tell them because they're always right in taste. That's the full thing.
Uh, well, um, I like that and knowing the whole thing. I really do like that. And I must say, um, I used to work for customer service for a mobile phone company, and I had a coworker um, that was really good at letting people know exactly what the policy was and what they signed up for. And of course, we had mute buttons on the phone, and she would always say, after she done got them straight, thanks for playing.
Oh no.
You were trying to play a game, and she checked you. You did not get over on her. Thank you for playing.
I like that. Long before they got fired. No?
No,
Nice.
she's very good at it. Very good.
Oh gosh, that reminds me of the cartoons that you like so much. Samantha?
Veronica.
Veronica. We're gonna have to play a Veronica so so you can know what I'm picturing.
Can you please confirm the name on the account? You should have my name on your screen. Like, I don't understand why you need me to confirm it. It should be. Hello? Yes, I'm still here, and I'm still waiting for you to confirm the name on the account. I am. I don't get it. You have it and there in that's front. All irrelevant to the fact that I need the name on the account. I understand you could feel how you want to feel. It doesn't change the fact that I can't do anything until I confirm your name. I don't want to confirm my name because you should have it All there I in need front. From you is to tell me the name that's on the account. You have my information. We could You go have round and round in circles for 3 hours. I don't care. I'm here. I'm getting paid by the hour. It's all right. But that doesn't change the fact that I need the name on the account. Oh, That's the only question I I'm going to keep asking you until you just do what I ask. I call all the time. Confirm the name on the account, please. Why can't you just? Why Confirm are you the being, name on the account, please. Why are you being difficult? Confirm the name on the account, please.
Oh gosh, but yeah, that one resonates with me because it's been shoved in my face so much that the customer is always right. The customer is always right. And I'm like, no, no, this is stupid.
It clearly states that the return must have been done with it and with the receipt. With the receipt. I don't care if your dog get it.
You don't have a receipt.
You have the receipt.
Oh gosh. Okay, so that was the last one that I had.
Awesome.
I thought we'd end on a funny one. Are there any quotes that you grew up with or know that you learned were different or just a quote that you'd like to share?
I'm not so sure that this is a quote that uh, everyone shared or know about. Definitely, maybe a few people from the South like us. But my mama had this thing about girls being half dressed, trying to show their shape, and she'll tell you in a minute, you're going out there and catch the pussy. I don't know what you're trying to do. You're trying to go out there and catch the pussy because you're half dressed and it's winter time out there.
Yes, everyone said that a lot. I mean, it didn't even have to be winter. If you had on shorts and you had on tank tops, if too much skin was out, you was gonna get the Prusi. And I thought, what is this random thing grandma has made up? I learned later on that it is actually a cold or something, but it starts with a B. Let me Google it really quickly. It's an older word, but it is for some type of cold that you get in your body. I feel like at one point I did look it up and find out it was like some type of cold or something. I can't find it anymore. So if you know what the Prusi is, make sure to tell us in the comments because we've been looking.
All right, this has been a wonderful episode on these traditional sayings. If you have some additional traditional sayings that you want to let us know about, go ahead, put it in the comments. We'd like to see it.
Yeah, if you have one that you learned later on was incorrect, or even if you just have one that you think about every day that actually helps you through something, we'd love to hear any of those. Make sure in the description of this video, we're going to put our other platforms. We have a TikTok, we have a Instagram, an X. Uh, you can also find us on Spotify. So we're gonna have all that in the description, and just click on it, show us some love somewhere, anywhere. Let the world know who we are.
Again, thank you for coming back to GenTea and have a great day.
Bye.
Good morning, Veronica. Do you have a quick second? Yeah. I sent you a time-sensitive email yesterday. I haven't received a response. Well, I just got in, so I am checking my emails now. I should be responding to yours within a few minutes. Oh, okay. So when you first got hired in orientation, they should have shown you how to download our email system onto your cell phone. This way you don't have to be at your workstation in order to receive the emails. They did. I just opted out of that option because I don't check my email after hours. We really, really appreciate when our team members have access to their work email just because, we get requests in 24/7 and we want to be able to be there for our clients. I hope that makes sense. I'm not a 24/7 employee, Janet. I'm so sorry. There's just no way that you're going to have access to me after 5 p.m. If you want me to be on call and you want me to respond after hours, that's fine, but that's going to require some on-call pay or a stipend. But I'm not just going to have the email on my phone and let you have access to me whenever you want.